And today I'm doing something different because it's just a very emotional day, and I'm finding that a lot of people are feeling really strong negative emotions and feeling them very deeply. Some people not even really able to function. And I think that, it's more intensely felt in the States, but I believe that it's fairly global. I mean, I'm in Canada and I'm seeing lots of that sort of reaction going on here too. So I wanted to offer something that is going to help us all. And it is a practice called Tonglen, which is a Tibetan Buddhist meditation practice. And it's a meditation practice, and it's also a healing practice. And what it allows us to do, what it teaches us to do, is to be with our emotions, experience our emotions, and then to transform them into love, healing energy, light. And we can also do this, we can do this for ourselves, for our own negative energy we're feeling. Welcome, Mystic. We can also do it for others by breathing in their suffering and transforming it into something healing for them. Welcome, Sinan, Kieran, and this person, this nice lavender person who matches my top. So in this way, it's a very brave practice because first of all, it asks you to be with your own suffering in a way without resisting it. Hey, Sage, welcome. I'm doing some Tonglen meditation to help us all in our moments of maybe feeling intense negative energies. So this practice allows us to be with our, yay, and I'm wearing a heart, with our own suffering. And so that can be tough for a lot of people. A lot of people don't really want to feel their suffering, and they want to stuff it way down inside of themselves. Or some people are also expressing it, in ways that are not healthy for them or anyone else. But this practice is an alternative, and it's about transforming it. And before we transform it, we just let it be with us. We let it be, and then we transform it. And so that's one way it's brave. It's also brave because then it asks us to breathe in the suffering of others. And this could be, you might be doing it specifically around what is the intense energy of the day, or it could be something completely different. It could be somebody that maybe you believe has wronged you. Maybe it's somebody that you know is sick and suffering. But then you can focus on their suffering and try to feel what their suffering is, and then to transform it through your heart into healing energy, and to transform it and bring it to them as light and love. So at first this practice might seem uncomfortable for you. Is that Midori? I think it is. Hi, beautiful. It may seem uncomfortable. It may very well be uncomfortable for you, but I invite you to try to stick with it and to see it through. Hi, darling. Because in the end, you are going to get over those feelings, and you're going to feel so much uplifted. You're welcome. You're going to feel relief. And the best thing about this practice, I have noticed, is that it opens our heart. So all of us, we have some kind of shield around our heart, likely trying to protect us. But in the end, what it does is it really separates us from one another. If we can open up our hearts to everyone and connect with everyone on that level, then it really deepens our compassion and our ability to live in love and light instead of living in fear, instead of living in separateness. Oh, welcome to How and all these numbers and letters, your first day on Periscope. I just got notified. Happy that you're finding this uplifting scope, and I hope that this helps you. So we're going to start the practice with a little prayer. Hi, Dima. I'm Tracy. And if you want to know how to follow people, if you haven't done that yet, if you're interested in transforming yourself, and you're interested in spiritual topics and things like energy healing, hypnotherapy, and all topics about love and light, then you might want to follow me by clicking here. I don't. And then clicking on my name and clicking the follow button. So there's my little tip for you. All type of healing, yes, on all levels. So let's start by saying a little prayer, and if you want to go along with your own prayer, that's fine, and I'm just going to offer one right now. Having seen the futility of my own fears and my own negativity, and having seen the benefits of loving others, may I, through this practice, be able to transform any fears, any negativity I have into love and light and healing energy. And may my virtues and my happiness be spread through this practice with all of humanity. So I invite you now to keep your eyes closed if they're closed, or to close them now, to internalize this experience. And I invite you to notice whatever you're experiencing right now, whatever you're feeling. Any kind of agitation. And you don't necessarily need to put a label on it. In fact, I invite you to try not to put a label on it. And just as best you can, be with that feeling and let it be what it is. Try your best not to judge it or to villainize it. Try not to suppress it. Try your best to experience it, and almost like you're witnessing it in a new way. And now I invite you to breathe in this agitation, this suffering that you're experiencing. Breathe it in deeply into your heart. And when you exhale, transform it into healing energy. So breathing in any agitation and transforming it in your heart, and breathing out love. And now I invite you to imagine breathing in heavy, dark, hot smoke, and in your heart transforming it into light and cool air. Breathing in dark, black, heavy smoke, and breathing out cool, light, loving air. The dark smoke is the suffering. And what we're breathing in is transformed. Breathing out is transformed healing energy. As I said, this is a very brave practice. If you're noticing any resistance to doing this work, then breathe in resistance or whatever else you notice you are feeling. Whatever form your suffering is taking on in the moment, breathe that in. Breathe in the resistance or whatever you're noticing. And breathe out peace. The reason we do this practice is when we are able to be with suffering, to be with our own suffering like this, then we are able to recognize that suffering is something that we all experience. And we're able to recognize the suffering in others. And through this suffering, we can be united. And we can open our hearts to each other and break down that metal sheath that may be covering our hearts. So let us now tune into the suffering of others. Especially on this day when it seems like there are so many people dealing with a lot of heavy emotions. Let us sense in to their suffering, what they may be experiencing: fear, hatred, anger, whatever it is. And let's breathe it into our hearts, transform it, and breathe out to everyone healing, loving energy. You may be noticing already how your heart is opening. And how this suffering is really helping to express your humanity. Now let's breathe in this universal suffering as hot, heavy, black smoke. Let's breathe it in through every pore of our being and transform it in our hearts into cool, healing energy. Breathe out light. Breathe out love. The hot black smoke opens up our hearts, transforms our hearts into a healing vessel, breathing out love and light to all those suffering, deepening our compassion. Deepening our connection. And as I end the scope, I invite you to continue this process for some time of breathing in the suffering of all of humanity, universal suffering, and transforming it in your heart into light and love and healing energy, and breathing that out to all of humanity.